Welcome to Glen Housing Association. We are responsible for over 1,300 Glen homes in Arden, Darnley, Pollok, Regent's Park and South Park Village. In addition, we have two local housing organisations, Darnley and North Pollok, who manage approximately 1,000 Glasgow Housing Association homes. By working closely with the community and by listening to our customers, we want to continue improving the range of services we offer, and we are committed to providing you with the best possible service. Glen values its customers, and we know that it is important to create quality homes in communities where people want to live. This year, we have decided to produce our annual report on DVD, so we can tell you what we have been doing for the last year and what our plans are for the future.
Hi, I'm Alistair McKee. I'm the Chief Executive of Glen Housing Association. As ever, it's been a very busy year for the association, and in this DVD, myself and my colleagues plan to explain all the work that we've been doing in the last year. The association was inspected by the Scottish Housing Regulator in 2008, and I'm pleased to say that we passed the inspection. We got a fair grading. There was a massive amount of work involved in preparing for the inspection, and we're now working through some of the areas that we identified need to be improved, and so that's really something that we're working on as a team, and I'm sure we'll get there to actually make improvements. The association relies on its rental income to cover all its costs and to make sure it can provide its services, and I'm pleased to say that in the last year our rent arrears have actually been coming down. Now I know sometimes people can struggle to pay rent, and really in those situations I would really urge customers to talk to us because we can make arrangements to pay by instalment, and we can also give people advice on where to go to get help with paying their rent, be it benefits advice and other advice. So I think really it's talk to us and we can help. Many customers see our repair service as being probably the most important thing that we do for them, and I'm pleased to say that in the last year our repair service got even better with 98% of our jobs completed in time, which I think is a really big achievement for our repairs team. We're now working to meet the Scottish Housing Quality Standard, which is a standard we have to meet by 2015 in common with all other landlords in Scotland. And we've actually done a lot of work in the last year towards that standard. We've completed a major repairs job which included re-rendering, re-roofing and new windows. We've got a lot of other work to do in the next few years, so customers will see work being done throughout our areas to really towards that standard. We've been making big progress with the regeneration of Arden, and I'm personally hoping that we'll secure more grant funding to allow us to build more much needed new homes in the area, because we've already done some new house building in Arden, but not enough. We want to do more. Today I was actually talking to a bunch of school kids from Wade Academy in Fife who were through to talk to us about the work that we do here in Glasgow. The areas that they live in are quite different to where we operate. They mostly live in kind of smaller, kind of more rural villages. So basically they wanted to see the sort of work we've done in housing regeneration in Glasgow and the big difference that housing associations have been able to make with funding to improve areas, and that's really the crucial thing, the funding aspect, and they've been able to see that funding is needed to make sure these areas are regenerated properly and to make sure it works.
Glen Housing Association's Management Committee meets monthly. The committee is ultimately responsible for the work of Glen Housing Association. Their role is to agree the overall strategy for the association and to approve our policies. The committee do not get involved in delivering our services. This is left to our staff.
My name is Neil Elliott. I'm the chairperson of Glen Housing Association. Glen has went through the inspection for the new Scottish Housing Regulator, and we've passed that with our C grading, and the regulator is satisfied that Glen are providing a service and that we're viable for the future. There is of course things that need to be done to improve, and we will strive with our plan to improve that and give the best service that we possibly can. Glen obviously began in Darnley, and we've made the improvements in Darnley in the housing stock, new build and improvements. Done the same in Cartloch over in the North Pollok area. These two areas are basically now complete, and we're beginning the refurbishment in the new build in Arden. We've completed phase 1 of the new build, and we've started phase 1 of the refurbishment of the properties in Arden. The association is striving always to improve the conditions for the tenants, and will continue to do so and improve the best we can. But while we're improving the areas of Arden, we must always remember that we need to maintain the investment that we've done, do our routine maintenance and all the things that need to be done in other areas, so that the tenants' money that's been invested through the rents isn't lost.
Darnley was a disaster area that Glasgow City Council left us. It was the new build housing we came into in 1976. There hadn't been anything done in 15 years. We hadn't any money, so it was left to sit a rot. And we get the chance to go into Housing Association, which nobody knew a thing about. After that, we took a long time. We had to start right from scratch, i.e. get lawyers, to get an office, to get every single thing a way back. It was a lot of hard work before we even get any staff members. We had seconded study members of staff. But eventually, when we did get things sorted out, we started our first phase, which was along Glen Drive. That was our phase 1. It was a rehab programme we done. These houses were just the one level, so we made them into back and front doors. Put gas central heating in. We put wall insulation in. We done a complete refurbishment, new kitchens and bathrooms and everything. So they're looking quite nice. That's along Glen Drive.
Glen Oaks have obviously involved in what's known as second stage transfer in the Darnley area, Jenny Lind and Old Darnley. This year is the crunch year for that. We're hoping that we'll be able to go to ballot and that the tenants will become tenants of Glen Oaks rather than Glen Oaks managing that property. Glen Oaks will work hard this year in order to do that and work with the GHA for that to come about, so that people in the Darnley area can have the same local say that Glen Oaks tenants enjoy just now, and have that influence on what happens in their area.
The achievements up here have been really terrific. We've done the regeneration in Darnley, and we've done a regeneration down in Pollok. When we took the transfer for Pollok, it's wonderful to come into the scheme, because before, when you come down the scheme and just looked at bin rooms and rubbish, folks sending the wains down with the bags and they throw them in the bin room instead of in the bin. It's really a big achievement, and it's nice to come round and see the place the way it is. Well, we've got a lot of aspirations for the future if money comes along. Arden has got their new kitchens and bathrooms, but there's still an awful lot of work to get done up there.
The future for Glen Oaks is obviously to continue to provide a good service to tenants and improve that service at all times. We're looking forward to carrying out refurbishments in the whole area and maintaining that maintenance for the future, getting the area in Darnley to become part of the organisation.
Last year, we said we would review our rent arrears policies and procedures. During 2008, we have produced information leaflets giving advice to tenants on how to pay your rent and what to do if you have rent arrears. We provide assistance to tenants facing court action with access to welfare rights services. During a residence survey, we talked to our tenants about the level of the rents we charge for our homes. We obtained valuable feedback confirming that our rents are affordable. We hope that you have found these changes helpful. There are several ways to pay your rent, including paying by direct debit, paying online, paying at the post office. We always try to help our tenants who find it difficult to pay their rent and get into rent arrears. It's important that you let us know as soon as possible that you may have a problem paying your rent. We can help with advice on how to claim housing and council tax benefit and other benefits. please contact us on 0141 638 0999 if you would like to arrange an appointment or home visit.
My name is Sandra Waterson and I'm the Housing Services Assistant for the Arden area. We do an estate inspection once every week as part of the estate management, where we walk throughout the estates looking out for any issues. Examples of an estate inspection could take in looking out for graffiti, damage to property, dog fouling and fly tipping, and abandoned cars. We check out the back courts as well and the tenement stock, ensuring that the cleansing department have carried out their duties. Then we report all the issues we find to the relevant agencies that we liaise with. We also look at all the gardens in the area, checking to see that they're kept to an acceptable standard. We do close inspections to monitor the close cleaning contract, and we report any internal and external repairs to the technical department.
For the association, it's really important that we work in partnership with the police and with Glasgow Community Safety Services. We find that by working in partnership that we can tackle all of the antisocial behaviour issues effectively, and we make sure that the correct resources are going in the correct way.
Glasgow Community and Safety Services is a partnership company between Glasgow City Council and Strathclyde Police, providing a variety of services throughout the city to tackle antisocial behaviour. Some of these measures include public space CCTV, we have a mediation service and also antisocial behaviour investigation.
Our role with Glen Oaks are that we provide information which has been reported to the police about tenants or their families who have caused a disturbance or have vandalised property. We thereafter attend interviews with the tenants when the incidents are discussed with ourselves, the housing department and the tenant. We also provide assistance where acceptable behaviour contracts are issued and follow up if should there be any other incidents relating to the tenants.
For anyone that has been involved in antisocial behaviour, the methods that we can sort of bring to play include warnings, acceptable behaviour contracts, and then anything leading up to and including antisocial behaviour orders. And between the agencies, we work together to find the most appropriate means of preventing further acts of antisocial behaviour in the community.
We will evict if we need to. However, we do try hard to resolve the issues, and as I said previously, we do work with other agencies to resolve matters as they arise.
Good morning, Glen Oaks. Jamie speaking.
With around 1,300 properties to look after, day-to-day repairs, cyclical and planned maintenance works are all important functions for Glen Oaks. Last year we spent over £1 million maintaining and improving our properties. We have ambitious plans for the future to improve our homes which will bring lasting benefits to our communities. We break maintenance up into 3 areas. The first type of repairs that we do are day-to-day repairs. Last year we completed over 5,500 repairs in our properties, completing 98.5% of these within the target timescales. Feedback on our repair service is really important. Your views, good or bad, help shape the way we do things. So please take some time to complete the satisfaction questionnaire we issue for each repair and return it to us in the prepaid envelope. We intend to pilot a telephone survey about our repair service. If you are contacted about this, we would be grateful if you could answer the questions that you are asked. The second type of repairs that we do are planned improvements. This year we held back on major planned improvements while we continued to negotiate with Glasgow City Council on the future demolition of some more flats in Arden. During this period, we have been refining our planned improvement programme to ensure that all of our homes will meet the Scottish Housing Quality Standard by 2015. Over the next 7 years, we will be investing over £11 million on improving tenants' homes across all our areas, beginning with major fabric improvements on flats in Kilmuir Road and Kilvaxter Drive in Arden. Other repairs that we do are cyclical repairs. These works are carried out to help protect the fabric of our properties, or as part of our legal responsibility as your landlord. These works include gutter cleaning, smoke alarm inspections, and, perhaps most importantly, annual gas safety inspections.
John, how important is it for tenants to have their annual gas safety checks carried out every year?
It is very important that the gas safety check is done annually, as the engineer will be checking against carbon monoxide gas leaks, making sure that the ventilation is clear and up to current standards, as well as possible faults which could harm the tenant or their neighbours.
And how long does the check take?
Anything up to an hour.
And what are the consequences to the tenant if they do not allow access?
Glen Oaks as a landlord are required by law to gain entry to every property, and failure to do this could result in court proceedings against the tenant and the association having to force access with the tenant being recharged the costs.
As part of the long-term strategy within the Arden area, we are continuing to arrange the demolition of a further 6 closes in Kilmuir Crescent. In the past year, we've completed the refurbishment of 10 closes within Kilmuir Road, Kilvaxter Drive and Kilmuir Drive. This involved the application of insulated render, new improved windows and new roofing. This resulted in better appearance for the area as well as warmer houses for those who live there. Plans are now being drawn up for a similar project in Kilbeg Terrace, and this is hoped to commence within the next few months. All of this is our plan to meet the new Scottish housing quality standard.
Glen Oaks Housing Association is currently working with the Planning Department to produce the Arden Development Framework. This will set out a plan of how Arden should be developed in the future. We are also in discussion with Glasgow City Council and the Scottish Government over the future funding for new homes in Arden. The association has already started to improve the Arden area. We have built 42 new homes in Kilmuir Road, and we are currently building a care home and 8 flats in Hopeman Avenue. 2 of the flats will be for wheelchair users, and the development should be complete by early summer. We are about to start design work on the Gap site behind the association's offices. This housing development is likely to include large family houses, housing for the elderly,